Hello and welcome. Good evening. We have our guest from Guwahati too. We have Trisha here. We have Bharat sir here. We have Shamikda here. We have Debashishda here. And the big question is that, as you can easily see that in title, that the all-rounder post is the number of all-rounders we are including in the 11. Are they costing us, or there is more to it? Is there something our bowlers can rectify? Is there something, the team combination, the captain, the coach, the management? Or and the important question is, what kind of wickets do we prefer? Because are we looking good in wickets like Kolkata Eden Gardens? The answer is no. Are we looking good in this kind of wicket what we are having in Guwahati? The answer at this point of time is our bowlers are not looking like they can pick 20 wickets here, maybe apart from Kuldeep Yadav and Jasprit Bumrah. So Shamikda, starting from you, can we summarize the day? That what was it like? Obviously the Indian batters, as you also rightly said yesterday, that they can use that presence of mind thing and will definitely say the light is not good, we want to go. They did the very similar thing today. But starting from the very morning, was it that kind of day where you can think that there were a lot of questions around our bowlers, and then the captaincy? Yesterday you praised Rishabh Pant. Are you on the same page today also?
Rohit, I am coming to that. I am coming to Rishabh Pant's captaincy, the bowling effort. But you asked me to sum up the day. I will start with a sharp one-liner from Kuldeep at the post-day press conference. He said, कलकत्ता पे विकेट अलग था, यहाँ पे पूरा रोड था. That was the line from the press conference. And Kuldeep being Kuldeep, you know. So, see, the fact of the matter is that there are two things. The pitch is placid, fine. But we expect quality bowlers to overcome the challenge and make inroads.
Yes.
Kuldeep was a letdown. Um, uh, Kuldeep is someone it is very hard to criticize to because he is such a nice boy and he always gives his 100%. And you know the way he got along with us. The thing is that it's hard to criticize him, but we as reporters, we have to look at things from a neutral perspective, and from that point of view, I personally, because I rate Kuldeep very highly, and he was a letdown. He didn't find his length. That was the biggest problem. He was dragging the ball back, and every time if someone is hitting him for a four or a six later, but four basically, he was dragging his length back, and it irked Rishabh Pant even. Several times Rishabh asked him to bowl fuller, but Kuldeep was maybe it was, I would rather put it like that. It was a bad day at the office for him. But collectively, see, if you look at India's bowling breakups, five bowlers bowled more than 25 overs. Bumrah 31, Siraj 30, and then the spinners 29, 28, 26. So five bowlers bowled more than 25 overs, and one bowler, the sixth bowler, Nitish Kumar Reddy, he bowled just six overs, which clearly suggests that his captain didn't have the confidence to give him a bowl, and he is ostensibly playing this game as a batsman at number eight.
Mm.
Now the question is,
Yeah.
given the pitch is placid, on a placid pitch, do you need eight batsmen? The common consensus is that if your first top seven cannot score runs, it is unlikely that number eight would be a game changer. It's a defensive ploy. Hindsight gives you an advantage, but at the same time, Gautam Gambhir told me, answered a question from me saying that there are no hindsight in Test cricket. So taking all into account, maybe India once again got their team composition wrong. Maybe Akash, they've given that the fast bowlers did the bulk of the bowling. Siraj and Bumrah combined bowled more than 60 overs. So,
Yes.
given that the fast bowlers, the two frontline fast bowlers did the bulk of the bowling, maybe India needed a third simmer in Akashdeep in these conditions. There was no turn on offer, as Kuldeep said. There was no actually when there was no turn on offer. The it I mean it is expected from the bowlers, from the spinners, to beat the batsman in the air, but
in
that
the air.
skill set was not on display. So maybe,
Exactly.
just maybe,
Hmm.
Akash Dev would have been a better choice than Nitish Kumar Reddy, because on this pitch, and everyone is agreeing. Even Kuldeep is saying, "यहाँ पे पूरा road था." तो पूरा road है, तो आपको तो 8 बैट्समैन नहीं चाहिए ना?
Exactly. Exactly, Devashita. The one thing which we discussed in the mid show also, that and you extensively covered Rishabh Pant. You know him really well. He knows you really well. You haven't seen him like that. Means the kind of Rishabh Pant we saw today. We were not, we were not very habitual of seeing Rishabh Pant, so much animated, and with that so much animation, it was a lot of anger sometime in his voice also. Was it something which you think because of the way our bowlers were doing the bowling and the fielding part? I remember once he was shouting at Washi that Washi is coming late into the ball when he was placed, I think, somewhere around long off. So there were multiple incidents today. Was it because of the bowlers not able to pick wickets, the fielders are looking real slow, and like there was that saying from Rohit Sharma ki garden mein ghum rahe hain, aisa lag raha hai koi, nobody is really that active as far as fielding is concerned. So was it something different today? You getting this energy that no, they are not looking charged up. They are not going for the kill as far as they use in the cricketing term. Was it like that today?
To start with, Rohit, we need to give benefit of doubt to Rishabh Pant, given that he is leading for the first time in the
Hmm.
Test team. Yes, he needs to be a lot more patient, because there will be days when you won't get wickets, when there will be long partnership, when there will be nothing for the bowler, when you need to apply Plan B or a Plan C to make inroads, and that is where Rishabh Pant was found wanting. Yes, and the key will be he needs to be a lot more patient. He cannot just become restless whenever the wicket is not falling and try and chasing these teammates. Means that is not to win confidence of your teammates. Means obviously you need to put your arm on the shoulders. You need to talk with your senior players, and clearly with match experience, Rishabh Pant will improve as a captain. Yes, it is just one of test match, so we need to give, and only one innings. Remember, it was only one innings. That the
Yeah.
assessing, I think it's not fair, but definitely, clearly, it was one such day where things was not happening. So this tests your patience. You need to be a lot more patient as a captain. That transferred to the players. Means obviously, if the captain is restless, then automatically the players would also say, "अरे ये captain भी ऐसे कर रहा है." So I think with experience, with more matches, Rishabh will improve as a player and as a captain.
Bharat sir, one thing which Kuldeep said in his press conference, which I, don't agree completely with. He said that, as Shamikda rightly said, that he said that it looked like a road. It was not assisting very much. We can buy that argument that it's not turning that much. But he said in that very press conference that we were trying to, bowl those loopy deliveries. We were trying to beat them in air. I personally myself and watched the full game, and I thought that no, it wasn't the right thing. That nobody, even a Washington Sundar who has this height factor also with him, not trying to deceive the batters in air, not trying to bowl above the eye line, which you often see when the wicket is not turning that much. You try to do these things, and when you give ball a little more air, you ultimately decline the speed of the ball also. It vary between 5 to 7 kilometers. Do you agree with this, that they weren't very smart when it comes down to beating the batters in the air part? Or what different they can do if the pacers are not able to pick up wickets? What better can our spinners do? And do you agree with this, that they won't able to beat them in here?
Yeah, see, there are two ways to look at it. See, modern day spinners generally in test cricket look for turn at pace. That is the way they go about
Yes.
their business. Because in the DRS era, with a lot of LBWs being given, they feel that if they get turn at pace and the hard one to go straight, then they will get a lot of wickets. But what happens is if you get a slow pitch like this, then yes, you have to beat the batsman in the air. You have to impart a lot more revs on the ball. You have to use the crease. Someone like, especially someone like Ravindra Jadeja, I don't think he does that much. If you notice his bowling, he bowls at 95 kilometers per hour, 96 kilometers per hour, 93 kilometers per hour. But if there is no side spin off the wickets, then it is going to be a struggle to bowl that way. So yes, that's one part. And second one, for some reason, though Kuldeep Yadav slowed it up, he was not getting much drift today. Was not imparting much revs. Maybe on some other day he would have done it, but today it felt like his bowling was a little bit flat. Though although it took 4 wickets, but a lot of those wickets came yesterday. So I
Yes.
think it was a little bit below par. Yes, the modern day spinners also don't use the crease much. Jadeja could have gone slightly wider of the crease and looked to maybe sow the seeds of doubt in the batsman's head that whether the ball is going to turn away or going to come straight on. So yeah, these points are very much valid. See the track, I would say it is a rather strange track. I think it's a very slow pitch where it's not so easy to score runs. But if you're patient, if you have that, what can I say, deep reservoirs of willpower to stay at the crease, then it is difficult to get a batsman out. Then, as you noted, you have to outwit the batsman in the air. So Indian spinners didn't do that. Ideally, I would have wanted a little more pace in the wickets because I feel it's very slow, but I don't think it is a road or a highway surface or a motorway that you would get in IndyCar racing. It's more like a very slow surface where a lot of things will happen very slowly, including I think India's innings will go at a very slow pace unless they try to kind of change the scoring pattern because they want to win this test.
Shomita, if we come to the part where you can see what we written in the title also, that will means the main problem is, are we trying to get more and more all rounders rather than specific batters or bowlers or match winners rather, I can say. What's the solution ahead? Because our batters are not dependable as far as the wickets, like Kolkata is concerned. Our bowlers are not looking good in these kind of wickets. So what's the way ahead for Indian cricket team? I know that from 1.5 years from now, India will again play in Indian conditions. It's the Border Gavaskar Trophy then, and in between they have to play 4 Test matches away from India, two in Sri Lanka, two in New Zealand. But what's the way ahead for this Indian team? I'm not going into if they lost this one, if they win this one, if the test match ended in a draw. No, my question is not that. My question is about what's the way ahead. Do we have to trust more on specific batting positions, specific roles for the batters and bowlers rather than going too much into all? Because in these kind of wickets, as you rightly pointed out in the lunch break, or in the mid session, that players like Washington Sundar or Ravindra Jadeja, are they equally effective in these kind of wickets also, where there is no assistance for the spinners, or maybe for a Nitish Kumar Reddy? So you have a Washington Sundar here, you have a Nitish Kumar Reddy here in the playing 11, you have a Ravindra Jadeja also here. Do we need all three of them in these kind of conditions? Or you can go for a more specific batting role, like a Sarfaraz Khan, like a Ruturaj Gaikwad, like a Rajat Patidar, like a Devdutt Patikal, or anyone else who's doing really well as far as domestic cricket is concerned? And bowling wise also, can we go for wicket takers rather than, someone who can 60% a batter or 40% a bowler, or vice versa? What do you think?
Rohit, see, this is not India's case in isolation to start with. This has been a trend all over the world across teams. If you look at South Africa, Senuran Muthusamy, he is a spin bowling all-rounder. Marco Jansen, even Keshav Maharaj, he is the
Yes.
number. He came at number 11. Many a time he batted as a night watchman, and he is a proper. He is a proper batsman. He goes behind the line of the ball. He was going behind the line of the ball against Bumrah, and it was expected. So this has been the trend. Two things. One is that uh, quality of batsmanship all over the world. And I take you back to a game in between India and Australia. I covered that in 2010 in Bangalore. Until this day, it remains for a visiting team. 478 Australia scored in their first innings, but they lost. That was Cheteshwar Pujara's debut game. Sachin Tendulkar scored a double century, and I think Murli Vijay also scored a century. And but then, if you look at just compare that 2010 Indian team with the current one, that team had Rahul Dravid at number 3, Sachin Tendulkar at number 4. Here you have we have Sai Sudarshan at number 3, and in Shubman Gill absence, very likely Dhruv Jurel will bat at number 4. So you can figure out the difference. So quality of batsmanship overall has declined. And now, because of this World Test Championship points, like Ryan Tendulkar has said yesterday, that more than 50% of WTC points you need to take at home. So I mean, the team composition has become like that, an overload of, you can't call them all rounders. All rounders are different. Kapil Dev was an all rounder, Ian Botham was an all rounder, Imran Khan was an all rounder, Jack Kallis was an all rounder. But they are not all in the truest sense of term, they are multi skilled cricketers. If you call Nitish Kumar Reddy an all rounder, or calling him an all-rounder would be an oxymoron. He is not an all-rounder. He's playing as a batsman who can roll his arm over. So that is the thing. But you have to accept that quality of batsmanship is no longer there. You will never. I mean, leave aside Sachin, Rahul Dravid, or VVS Lakshman. Going ahead, you will not get another Rohit Sharma or Virat Kohli. The quality of batsmanship. Only last month, when Rohit scored that 100 in a different format, 50-over format, when Rohit scored that 100, or Virat, and he and Virat stitched that partnership, the quality of batsmanship on display, no one in the Indian team can match that. The current Indian team, they are talented players, of course. That is why they are playing for India. But that quality of batsmanship you won't get. So what you will do? You will make do. You will make do. You will try to fix things. England, bad dip. Australia also. Australia basically the one team, they play the specialists. But after this, when they will go into transition, because Mitchell Stark, Josh Hazlewood, Pat Cummins, Nathan Lyon, I mean, they are moving into towards the autumn of their career. So when the transition will come to the Australian team, I think they will take it. They will think differently. Now they have an overload of world-class cricketers. So Australia, I think, the last of the Mohicans. But this has become the trend. I mean, this is not ideal. The way we have known Test cricket, that you need to have 6 batsmen and 5 bowlers, and of those 5 bowlers, one or two are all rounders. So, but things have changed.
Devashishda, do you agree with this, that what Shamikda rightly said, that, be it Nitish Kumar Reddy here, be it Shardul Thakur, in England, there were multiple occasions when we discussed this, that why not they are giving bowling to Shardul Thakur, 40 overs ball hold, 45 overs, they are not saying Shardul Thakur to bowl. And even Shardul Thakur said in one of the press conference that, he wanted to bowl, but it's completely captain's call and coach's call that when they wanted, Shardul Thakur into the attack. And similar thing had happened today. Yes, Shamikda said 6 overs, but basically it was 4 plus 2, 4 overs, and then plus those 2 overs. So, do you think that this is going to be the problem as far as getting more and more all-rounders into the team, and not giving them their specific roles, or not selecting players with their specific role? Means you have better batters than Nitish Kumar Reddy in your domestic cricket setup.
Yeah, absolutely, and that is what Test match is all about. You need to play specialists, and it brings back to that era of Ravi Shastri and Virat Kohli. Means they have always emphasized to playing going with 5 specialist bowlers, and that is where you pick 20 wickets to win a Test match, and that has not been the case. Means, yes, you go ahead and play and it is ready if it is a Sena country, if it is in England, where there is seam and swing, where the ball moves throughout the day. So yes, you will get value, you will get value for money. But in these conditions, bowling 6 overs, where South Africa has almost batted for 2 days. 2 days means barring that last 1 hour, I think they have batted for almost 2 days. And so I think clearly that selection is not validated. My goodness, there's a power failure here.
There's some power failure. It's more like the Guwahati Sun. It went very quickly. But okay,
Oh my goodness, how will I do
you guys can sort the power issue. I'll go to Bharat sir till then. Bharat sir, do you think that this is the only thing which is creating problem for Indian cricket team at this point of time, or do you think that there is more to it? It's not only about adding all rounders. And do you think that Washington Sundar, can he be the same kind of threat in these kind of wickets also, where wicket is not giving anything? And as you rightly said, that it's not only about Jadeja using the crease, it's also about how can Washington Sundar, if wicket is not giving you anything, as Kuldeep Yadav said, then what you can do as far as using the crease, your bowling action, can you toss it up little in the air, or can you do anything else apart from that? Do you think the increase in all rounders is the only problem, or do you think that no, there is more to it also? It's not only about adding all rounders into the playing 11.
Yes, in Test cricket, I think India have bigger problems than just Nitish Kumar Reddy. But as far as Nitish Kumar Reddy is concerned, then it is definitely true that I won't have picked him on a pitch like in Guwahati, because he was not needed there. See, what is his key strength? I think he's learned a little bit of wobble seam. So maybe somewhere in New Zealand, in Christchurch, Hagley Oval, if there is a lot of grass, then he can nibble it around for maybe 7-8 overs and get a wicket or two. Then definitely it would help, and he can add maybe a little bit of depth to your batting unit. But in these conditions, there is no need to pick him. But I think India have larger problems than just Nitish Kumar Reddy, at least in Test cricket. In white ball cricket, India definitely at the peak of their prowess, and they can defeat any team. Maybe even a side can go and defeat some other national side. It is some other national sides in white ball cricket, but I think in Test cricket, India have bigger problems. One of them, maybe they have problems against spin bowling in Test cricket at home. I feel that way because in the DRS era, see what has happened is if you're going to prepare a turner, spinners even from visiting teams, you look at Keshav Maharaj, if you look at especially Simon Harbour, they're also bowling quick through the air. They're also getting turn at pace. So it's not so easy to just charge down the deck and loft a lot of strokes. I go back to that India versus New Zealand test last year in Pune. New Zealand used a whooping 67 reverse sweeps and sweep shots. 67 times they used that stroke. But if you look at what India did against South Africa, Eden Gardens in second innings, they used only 8 sweeps and reverse sweeps, and 3 of them came right at the end of the match when Akshar Patel tried to just slog sweep it, and the match was more or less gone from India's grasp. So I think India have a spin problem there against spinners. The Indian batters struggle a little more, so it's not going to be easy for a curator to prepare a turner because there's no guarantee now that India will go on to win a test match in those conditions. And as you saw, because Indian spinners have bowled so much on turners that maybe the likes of Jadeja and Sundar, they're not able to use the crease, maybe get a little more drift, get a little more revs on the ball. So I think India have larger problems, but one of them definitely is, I think, picking all-rounders for the sake of it. Yes, if the conditions suit a particular all-rounder, then pick him. But just for the sake of it, there is no need
Okay,
to pick an
Bharat sir, let me interrupt you. Indian squad is already here. The ODI squad is already here. I'll just request the person behind. Can you please, if you can, take out the squad and please put it in the screen. So KL Rahul has been appointed as the skipper, and Rohit Sharma is there. Yashasvi Jaiswal is there. So I think no place for Ruturaj Gaikwad. Virat Kohli, Tilak Verma, KL Rahul, captain and wicket keeper. Then Rishabh Pant, as multiple times being mentioned. Washington Sundar is there. Ravindra Jadeja, Kuldeep Yadav, Nitish Kumar Reddy, Harshit Rana. Okay, so Ruturaj Gaikwad's name is there. Prasidh Krishna, Arshdeep Singh, Dhruv Jurel. These are the names which I can see at this point of time. So this is the Team India squad, and I'm very sure it's about the ODIs only. KL Rahul being appointed as the skipper. We did this, Shamikda will definitely talk in large about it, that what's the thinking behind this. Shamikda, can you, a starting reaction from your side about the Indian ODI squad?
Rohit, if whoever is in the back end,
Yeah.
if he can put out our story today, Tilak Verma and Rituraj Gaikwad, if he can put it out on the screen, it was our story. It was also our story that Shubman Gill will miss the Test series, and either KL Rahul and and in absence of Shubman Gill and Shreya Shire, KL Rahul or Rishabh Pant would be the captain. Rishabh Pant will come back to the fold. These are our exclusive, these are our breaks. I mean, it has been, I mean, it feels good as a reporter when your report comes true. But we do a lot of hard work. We talk to a lot of sources to get to the bottom of a report to chase a story. So when it comes out right, it gives a satisfaction feeling of satisfaction. Given that it had to be like that. I am not sure why they have taken Prashit Krishna. Prashit in Akashdeep is there.
No, 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 Akash, no, Akashdeep.
No.
Let me, yeah,
No,
it's
no.
running in the ticker also. It's running in the ticker window also. Let me read it once
So,
again.
uh-huh,
Let me read it once again. Rohit Sharma, Yashasvi
uh-huh,
Jaiswal, Virat
uh-huh,
Kohli, Tilak Verma, KL
mm-hmm,
Rahul, captain and wicketkeeper, Rishabh Pant,
uh-huh,
wicketkeeper, Washington
uh-huh.
Sundar, Ravindra Jadeja, Kuldeep Yadav, Nitish Kumar Reddy, now the bowlers, Harshit Rana, and in between Ruturaj Gaikwad also there, Prasidh Krishna, Arshdeep Singh, and Dhruv Jurel. So I don't know
Okay,
why they
so
wicket keepers into the consideration. There is KL Rahul also, there is Rishabh Pant
yeah,
also, and there is Dhruv Jurel also. So you have three wicket keepers in the
overload of wicket keepers. And over the last few days, Rohit, Akashdeep was doing a lot of wild ball practice under Morne Mortal. So under Morne Mortal, I thought maybe they are thinking about Akashdeep for the ODI setup. And I think it would have been a better call if they would have taken Akashdeep in place of Prashit Krishna. Because Prashit Krishna, I mean, I don't know what does he do in the team. So Akashdeep, it is my personal opinion, but Prashit Krishna would have been a better choice. Akashdeep would have been a
Akashdeep.
better choice. Otherwise, whatever we have written about the team composition, it has come in toto.
Can I just add a
But
point? Just add a point.
Bharat bhai,
Can I just add
just
a
one
point?
thing I want to you can answer just want to add one thing. Ravindra Jadeja is also back in place of Akshar Patel. Ravindra Jadeja wasn't there in the Australia squad, and at that point of time, there were a lot of chatters around it that will Ravindra Jadeja be part of the forward thinking, forward planning to 2027 World Cup. Your point of view as far as this squad is concerned.
Yeah, mine. Or
Can you hear me,
my,
Bharat bhai?
yeah, no, my point of view, or
Who are
are
you
you
asking?
asking?
Yeah,
Uh,
your reaction. I want your reaction on the squad.
Yeah, first of all, if Gaikwad is back, then it is good to see. I think he's a very good ODI cricketer. He was
Mhm.
doing well against South Africa. I think that also kind of has gone in his
One
favor.
century and one half century.
Yes, yes. He's someone I think he knows how to pace an innings, and
Mhm.
that is where I think it's gone well for him. KL Rahul, see, I think he's a consensus captain because he's very experienced. I'm not very sure he's great captaincy material, but having said that, I understand why they're going for him because he has the experience having led the side before. And if I have to add something else, Prasidh Krishna is someone a fringe cricketer, but I have to say that in 18 ODIs, he's taken 30 wickets at an average of 26. So I'm not very sure what exactly he has done wrong in ODI cricket because he's averaging 26 per every wicket, and he's taking almost 2 wickets per game, and he took 5 wickets at an average of about 25 against South Africa. If Harshit Rana took 7 wickets in 3 matches, he took 5 wickets in 3 matches. So he's not done anything wrong to be dropped. But I don't think he will get much of a chance because he's more of a fringe player. Maybe if India are going to win the series, then he might play the final ODI.
Devashish Da, no Mohammad Shami. After a lot of controversies, around his name, Ajit Agarkar saying certain things, Mohammad Shami saying certain things, his performance. But after it all, there's no Mohammad Shami, there's no Sanju Samson also into the squad. Your reaction?
Yeah, clearly, those are clear indications that they want to move ahead of Mohammad Shami. And yes, and as you can see, there are so many faces in the side, in the likes of Harshit Rana, Prasidh Krishna, Arshdeep Singh. So yes, the selectors would like to repose their faith on the youngsters rather than falling upon someone like Mohammad Shami, who is at the fag end of his career, I would say. So clearly, yes. Um, no, selectors have definitely given the indication that they need to move on. But as far as Sanju Samson, very disappointing. I would have loved to see Sanju Samson in the side, given that next year you play. Obviously, he's expected to be in the five-match T20 series, but um, um, as to what is the selector's thought process going forward to looking forward to the 2027 World Cup. So, going by the look of it, do you reckon that someone like a I'm not naming particularly individuals. There's few seniors. Would they be keeping their place going ahead for the 2027 World Cup, or rather invest in someone who you reckon could be in the scheme of things? That's my question.
I think one more point just I just want to add, and if anyone can answer this, why no Varun Chakravarti? There's no Varun Chakravarti also not in the squad. Champions Trophy, we all know that what he did in the later part of Champions Trophy, especially that Travis head wicket. So no Varun Chakravarti is also in the squad. No Akshar Patel, as we already said. I think Akshar Patel and Ravindra Jadeja, there was a clear swap between them. If you choose Akshar Patel, then you won't choose Ravindra Jadeja. If Ravindra Jadeja will be there, there will be no Akshar Patel. But I'm a little surprised that there is no Varun Chakravarti also. And there are multiple players who are not in the squad. As Bharat sir rightly said, that inclusion of Ruturaj Gaikwad is really interesting. You know that he scored a lot of runs in the India game, 100 there, a half century also there. Will he get a chance in the 11? That we have to see, because Yashasvi Jaiswal is already there and Rohit Sharma is already there. But as Shomikda rightly said, we reported this yesterday. Shamikda specifically wrote multiple articles, where he said about the injury status of Shubman Gill also. And there were a lot of reports, there were a lot of, rumors rather going around in social media. So don't believe in them. We are writing constantly about Shubman Gill because he's the Indian captain, and you have to be a little more serious when you report about the Indian captain. And as far as the injuries are concerned, because there were a lot of things written on Shreyas Iyer also, I remember, when the Sydney thing happened, and now about Shubman Gill. So read our articles, watch our videos, you'll get clear details, exact details. We yesterday, as Shomikda rightly said, that he mentioned about this, that how KL Rahul is, superseding everyone in this race when it's come down to the captaincy part, and the other inclusions also, and the exclusions also, as far as Indian team's ODI squad is concerned. I think we have to wait for the T20 squad announcement, and we'll give you all the details about that also. And we discussed about the day 2 of the India South Africa test in Guwahati. We'll join you later, with other update also. We are waiting for the T20 squad at this point of time. So thank you so much for joining us, Shamikda, Debashishda, and Bharat sir. And as I said, that we'll join you back if the T20 squad announcement happens. Thank you so much for watching us.